Secret of the Millionaire Mind, Mastering the Inner Game of Wealth, T. Harv Eker. Secret of the Millionaire Mind. So, what is your money blueprint set for? Now it's time to answer the million dollar question. What's your current money and success blueprint? And what result is subconsciously moving you toward? Are you set for success, mediocrity, or financial failure? Are you programmed for struggle or for easy around the money? Are you set for working hard or for your money or working in balance? Are you conditioned for having a consistent income or an inconsistent income? You know the scope. First you have it, then you don't, then you have it, then you don't. It always appears as though the reason for this drastic fluctuation comes from the outside world. For instance, I got a great paying job, but then the company folded. Then I started my own business and things were booming, but the market dried up. My next business was doing super, but then my partner left, etc. Don't be fooled. This is your blueprint at work. Are you set for having a high income, a moderate income, and a low income? Did you know there are actual dollar amount for many of us are programmed? Are you set for earning 20,000 to 30,000 a year, 40,000 to 60,000, 75,000 to $100,000, $150,000 to $200,000, $250,000 a year or more? A few years ago, I had an unusual well-dressed gentleman in the audience during one of my 2-hour evening seminars. When the seminar was complete, he came over and asked if I thought the 3-day Millionaire Mind course could do anything for him, considering he was already earning $500,000 a year. I asked him how long he'd earned that kind of money. He responded consistently for about 7 years now. That was all I needed to hear. I asked him why he wasn't earning $2 million a year. I told him that the program was for people who want to reach your full financial potential and asked him to consider why he was stuck a $500,000. He decided to come to the program. I got an email from him a year later that said the program was incredible, but I made a mistake. I only reset my money blueprint to earn the $2 million a year as we discussed. I'm already there, so I'm attending the course again to reset for earning $10 million a year. The point I want to make is that the actual amount don't matter. What matters is whether you are reaching your full financial potential. I know many of you might be asking, why on earth would anyone need that kind of money? First, the education is not overly supportive to your wealth and is sure sign will want to revise your money blueprint. Second, the main reason this gentleman wanted a massive amount of money was to support his work to the huge donor to a charity that assists AIDS victims in Africa. So much for the belief that rich people are greedy. Let's go on. Are you programmed for saving money or for spending money? Are you programmed for managing your money well or mismanaging it? Are you set for picking winning investment or picking losers? You might wonder, how could whether or not I make money in the stock market or in real estate be part of my blueprint? Simple. Who picked the stock of the stock or the property? You do. Who picked when you buy it? You do. Who picks when you sell it? You do. I guess you are got something to do with the question, with the equation. I have an acquaintance in San Diego named Larry. Larry is a magnate when it comes to make money. He definitely has a high income blueprint, but he has the kiss of the death when it comes to investing his money. Whatever he buys drops like a rock. Would you believe his dad has the exact same problem? Duh. I keep in close touch with Larry so I can ask him for investment advice. It's always perfect, perfectly wrong. Whatever Larry suggests, I go the other way. I love Larry. On the other hand, notice how other people seem to have what he termed earlier the Midas touch. Everything they got involved is turned to gold, both the Midas touch and the kiss of death syndrome, and nothing more than the manifestation of a money blueprint. Once again, your money blueprint will determine your financial life or even your personal life. If you are a woman whose money blueprint is set for low chances, you will attract a man who will set for low so you can stay in your financial comfort zone and validate your blueprint. If you are a man who is set for low chance, you will attract a woman who is spend and get rid of all money so you can stay in your financial comfort zone and validate your blueprint. Most people believe the success of their businesses probably depend on their business skill and knowledge, or at least their timing of the marketplace. I hate it to the one to break it to you, but that's that's render, which is another way of saying another chance. How will your blueprint, how your business do its result is of your money blueprint will always validate your blueprint. If you have a blueprint that's set for earning $100,000 a year, that's exactly how well the business will do. Enough to earn you about $100,000 a year. If you are a salesperson or your blueprint is set for earning $50,000 a year, and somehow you make a huge sale that makes you $90,000 a year, either the sale will cancel or if you do end up with $90,000, get ready for a crummy year to hollow the makeup for it and bring you back to the level of your financial blueprint. On the other hand, if you are set for earning $50,000 and you've been in a slump for a couple of years, don't worry, you will get it all back. You have to. It's the subconscious law of the mind and money. Someone in this position would probably walk across the street, get hit by a bus, and end up with exactly $50,000 a year in insurance. It's simple, one way or another. If you are set for $50,000 a year, eventually that's what you will get. So again, how can you tell what your money blueprint is set for? One of the most obvious ways to look at your result. Look at your bank account, look at your income, look at your net worth, look at your success in investment, look at your business success, look at whether you are a spender or a saver, look at whatever you manage money well. Look at how consistent or inconsistent you are. Look at how hard you work for your money. Look at your relationship that involve money. Money a struggle, or does it come to you easily? Do you own a business or do you have a job? Do you stay with one business or job for a long time, or do you jump around a lot? Your blueprint is like a thermostat. If the temperature in the room is 72 degrees, chances are good that the thermostat is set for 72 degrees. Now here's where it gets interesting. It's a positive that because the window is open and it's cold outside, the temperature in the room can drop to 65 degrees. Of course, but what will eventually happen? The thermostat will kick in and bring the temperature back to 72. Also, it's possible that because the window open and it's hot outside, temperature in the room can go up to 77 degrees. Sure, it could, but what will eventually happen? The thermostat will kick in and bring the temperature back to 72. The only way to permanently change the temperature in the room is to reset the temperature thermostat. The same way, the only way to change your level of financial success permanently is to reset your financial thermostat, otherwise known as your money blueprint. Wealth principle. The only way to permanently change the temperature in the room is to reset the thermostat. In the same way, your only way to change your level of financial success permanently is to reset your financial thermostat. You can try anything and everything else you want. You can develop your knowledge in business, in marketing, in sales, in negotiation, and in management. You can become an expert in real estate or a stock market. All of these are some tremendous tools, but in the end, without a toolbox that is big enough and strong enough for you to create and hold on to large amount of money, all the tools in the world will be useless to you. Once again, it's the simple arithmetic. Your income can grow only to the extent that you do. Fortunately or unfortunately, your personal money and successful prevent is tend to stay with for the rest of your life, unless your identity and change. And that is exactly what we will continue to do in part 2 of this book, and to even further will you at the Millionaire Mind Intensive Seminar. Remember that the first element of all change is awareness. Watch yourself, become conscious, observe your thought, your fears, your beliefs, your habit, your action, and even your inactions. Put yourself under a microscope. Study yourself. Most of us believe that we live our lives based on choice. Not usually. Even if we are really enlightened, we might make just a few choices during the average day that reflects our awareness of ourselves in the present moment. But for the most part, you are like a robot running on automatic, ruled by our past condition and old habit. That's where consciousness comes in. Consciousness is observing your thought and action, and so then you can live from through choice in the present moment rather than being run by program from the past. Wealth principle. Consciousness is observing your thought and action so that you can live from true choice in the present moment rather than being run by program from the past. By achieving consciousness, we can live from who we are today rather than who we were yesterday. In this way, we can respond appropriately to situations, tapping the full range of potential of our skills and talents, rather than inappropriately reacting to events driven by the fear and insecurity of the past. Once you are conscious, you can see your programming for what it is. Simple recording of information you received and believed in the past when you are too young to know any better. You can see this condition is not who you, but who you are learned to be. You can see that you are not the recording, but the recorder. You are not the content in the class, but the class itself. You are not the software, but the hardware. Yes, genetics may play a role, and yes, spiritual aspect may come to play, but much of what shapes you who you are comes from other people's beliefs and information. As I suggested earlier, beliefs are not necessarily true or false or right or wrong, but regardless of their validity, believe are opinions that are passed around and then down from generation to you. Knowing this, you can consciously choose to release any beliefs or way of being that is not supportive to your wealth, and you can replace it with one that is. In our course, we teach that the thought lives in your head rent-free, which is all you have will either be in investment or a cost. It will either move you toward happiness or success or away from it. It will either empower you or disempower you. That's why it's imperative you choose your thought and believe wisely. Realize that your thought, your belief aren't who you are, and they are not necessarily attached to you. As precious as you believe them to be, they have no more importance and meaning than you give them. Nothing has meaning except for the meaning you give it. Recall how the beginner of this book I suggest you don't believe a word I say. Well, if you really want to take up in your life, don't believe a word you say. And if you want instant enlightenment, don't believe a thought you think. Meanwhile, if you are like most people, you are going to believe something, so you might as well adopt belief that support you. Lily Richie believes. Remember, thought lead to feelings, which lead to action, which lead to result. You can choose to think and act like rich people do, and therefore create the result the rich people create. The question is, how do rich people think and act? That's exactly what we'll discover in part 2 of this book. If you want to change your financial life forever, read one declaration. Place your head on your heart and say, I observe my thought and entertain omni doju that empower me. Touch your head and say, I have a millionaire mind.